I would like to introduce to you the another program under the College of Technology, which is BSECE, or the Bachelor of Science in Electronics Engineering. The BSECE was formerly known as Bachelor of Science in Electronics and Communications Engineering. That was before around 2010 or 2015, in which they opted to change BSECE from Electronics and Communications Engineering to its present uh, name, which is Electronics Engineering. The reason for this was due to the growing field in which ECEs are um, working along this field. Now, to first of all, to make everyone be familiar with what the course is, electronics engineering is a very special field wherein almost every day of our life we are being supported by this phenomenon known as electronics. Whether we are talking about communication systems, multimedia services, industrial process controls, which is common in almost every field of endeavor, energy management, automotives, medicine, among others. These are just a few examples for the use of electronics, which demonstrates their so-called transversal nature. From a single microchip to the motors of trains or um, super vehicles, electronics are everywhere, wherever you look. In addition, another growing trend which produce electricity is what we call, or is the net source of solar energy, which makes electronics even more current. Now, the BSECE degree aims to train graduates to meet the needs of companies and institutions in the diverse sectors of highly qualified personnel in the design and technological development under the field of electronics. It requires, or it provides, a solid foundation in both physical and electronic principles and mathematics that requires discipline with a future that goes beyond what we can imagine. Electronics basically is a constant evolving technology wherein research and technology are among the key factors. From its humble beginning, we now have this so-called state-of-the-art technology, which are a product of this so-called research. The BSEC program under the College of Technology of the University of San Agustin is a 4-year baccalaureate degree, wherein the College of Technology offers a specialized track called instrumentation and control. This is a track that specializes in the area of artificial intelligence, or AI, robotics, and industrial automation. The electronics engineering program produces engineers with holistic understanding in the mathematical and scientific basis, a greater depth and breadth of knowledge of electronics, particularly in the following fields. So the ECE program here in the college will prepare our graduates to be engineers in these fields, and they are telecommunications. We all know what telecommunications is, and the extent of which this field or this area covers. Radio and TV broadcasting and other communications engineering technologies are under ECE. Industrial electronics and instrumentation, semiconductor applications and manufacture, systems analysis and controls engineering, wireless communications, which also includes satellite communications, robotics, instrumentation and controls engineering, integrated circuit analysis or IC analysis, design and their layouts, electronic navigations, wherein this technology is being applied in aircraft and foreign going and modern vessels, seagoing vessels for that matter, building information and communications technology infrastructure, and computers. After graduation, there are three fields on its professional level. There are three fields in which an ECA graduate can be given a professional title. After passing the board exam, he can be an electronic technician or ECT. That's one category of the ECE profession. He can also be called an electronics engineer after passing the board exam for ECE. And for the third level, he can also be a professional electronics engineer, or what we call the PECE, which involves consultancy and on the design practice. Once they graduate and they pass the board exam, the electronics engineering board exam, they will be automatic members of the so-called Institute of Electronics Engineers of the Philippines, or commonly known as ICEP, which is the accredited professional organization approved by the Professional Regulations Commission. The ECE program encourages the complementary pursuits of learning and practice, reflections and actions, along with the sense, perspective, adaption, and transcendence. The skills that best describe these values are, or incorporates intuition, critical thinking, and problem solving. When we say intuition, basically they are not an instant guess, no? It is a educated guess based on past experience and knowledge. So that's what we meant by intuition. Critical thinking and problem solving, as well as the abilities with spoken, written, graphic, and spatial media. Within 5 years after graduation, the graduates of the ECE program shall have the following category, or shall have the following should we say, capability. He must be technically proficient, wherein it involves they have developed technical skills through building up fundamental knowledge in analysis, design, and development within the ECE field and its allied discipline. Professional growth. They are continuous exercise of graduate lifelong capabilities for technical and non-technical skills through graduate school programs and or trainings. And we have management skills. They'll be able to develop the communication skills, the professional ethics, and refine all these skills and knowledge for management capability and further growth. ECE is an interesting field, challenging, enriching, and rewarding at the same time. The idea of creating electronic devices and systems with applications such as mobile phones, computers, transmission towers, and satellites will tender the needs for ECEs. The major reasons to study ECE are good graduate prospects in the industry, as they encompasses the field of electronics engineering, communications engineering, computer engineering, and information and communication technology. They have the, should we say, they can expect, once they are capable enough with their skills, they can expect good salaries or starting salaries, global opportunities, because Filipino ECEs or Filipino electronic engineers can be found anywhere or almost everywhere around the globe, be it in the Middle East, United States, Europe, Japan, or any other countries. You tell them there are ECEs in there. They are always in demand. ECEs are always in demand because of this technology attachment. They are core in helping people and are at the forefront of future technologies. So, with all these things that we have learned from ECE, what are we waiting for? You can come and join us and be at the forefront of technology. Thank you and good afternoon.